Hello, everybody. Beautiful soul family, Army of Light Earth Division. Welcome. It's Shawna L. Francis, and today is September 16th, 2022. Thanks for joining me for today's daily Ascension update. Today we had Melchizedek come through. Yeah, this is so awesome. These guys are taking turns, Cryon and Melchizedek. I just couldn't have imagined this. So it's really quite amazing and wonderful. And I just wanted to give a shout out to anybody who's new to my channel, new to this stuff, maybe new to the Ascension, Enlightenment, Awakening. Welcome, guys. It's an incredible journey. It's a crazy ride. I have a website, www.shawnalfrancis.com, where I talk more about the Ascension and I talk more about my background and my history. I've released a couple of books that I have self-published on my website you can download the first one for free. It's a tiny PDF, so I'll put the link down there in the description here for this video. You can download that. It's channeled material about the Ascension, a good beginner's overview of it. And then also 2 years ago, almost exactly 2 years ago, I published a larger book on my awakening journey, and it's got all kinds of my all the pain I went through to kind of get to this point, all the changes, a lot of channeling of different beings, talking about the Ascension. I've talked about my twin flame in my book. It's a very private book. So you get a better sense for who I am, my background, the history I have with these beings through all that. So, and I think in this community, with all this channeled material coming through and all this talk about galactic enterprises and groups and, who's better than others and who's the right one to follow, I think it's important, if you're online and you're watching videos, is there a person and a name associated with the content? Or is it just a general blanket group where you don't know who they are, what they are, where they come from, where they're getting their information? There's many of us who, this is what you get. I am Shawna. I'm a person. I'm doing the best I can here with this mission and with what is being asked of me. I guess really the plan that I have formulated before I came to the planet for this lifetime. All right, so I think that's really important to just be aware, like, can you find the originating person behind whatever spiritual or ascension related messages that you're watching on YouTube or reading or that you come across? So just discernment, guys, what resonates for you, what doesn't. Even if I'm saying things that don't resonate, I tend to put these things on a shelf. I tend to not dismiss things out of hand right away. I tend to kind of file things away, and usually more clarity, more information comes. I've had to do that a lot with this process. I had no idea what the Ascension was before 4 years ago. So there's just been a lot of information that's come my way that I've had to assimilate and decide for myself, what do I know is truth for me? And you'll want to do that for you too. What is truth for you? What's ringing true? And always, you want your heart to be your compass. What's your heart saying here? Tune into that higher part of you outside of kind of the 3D ego mind, who may still be hanging on to fear and such. We are in a battle of consciousness right now, and a battle of perception. And there are all kinds of levers being pulled right now to keep humanity in fear and chaos. We as light workers, we are working above that fray. We're not even enmeshed in that world. We are working above the fray. And we have the talk about the valley here, the dark valley, and then the peaks or the hills that are kind of more light, and just being able to see where the energies are right now. And where are we sitting right now? Are we kind of in the valley of shadows, or are we up on the hill? These are very personal questions for each and every one of us. Everybody's story is unique. Everybody's experience is unique. And, that's what we love about being here on this planet. It's such a unique opportunity to learn and really figure out who and what we are. We get past that veil of forgetfulness and we come down here. We forget that we're all one. We forget that we're all love. We forget that we're actually in lesson here and this is an illusion. And we think this is who and what we are. We think we are our pain. We think we are what other people say we are. We're none of these things. We're none of these things. Yeah. All right. So that was a tangent, but I hope that all makes sense for you. And again, welcome to everybody who's new to the channel. And I hope that you are, getting the support and finding the information that you need right now. We're trying to kind of build this community through this YouTube channel. I also have a Facebook, Starseed Lifestyle Facebook group. You can find me there. Yeah, those are kind of my main channels. All right, team, Melchizedek today. Always there's some nice pleasantries. Good afternoon, dear Shawna. This is Melchizedek at your service. Thank you for attending today's session together. We are building a big community and generating excitement and wonderment and piquing curiosity. So it's so exciting. I don't ever want to lose track or take this for granted that this path that we're on is just incredible. And that we have this ability to really make a difference here through love and light. Harder than it sounds, for sure. And today I sat down to meditate and get ready for this session today, and my mind is just racing. I've got all this stuff going on. And they said to me, darling, you seem a bit tired. Let's get in a nap today and allow your body to do some integration. May we ask that it is a less strenuous day for you, a little more gentleness and rest and reflection. Yeah, and I thought, well, I've only been at this a couple of days, but really, I was so busy leading up to my dad's celebration of life on Sunday. That was an all-day thing, and then Monday I'm packing, I'm doing a video, I'm getting ready to leave, and the stress around that, and then I'm on a plane, and I'm up at 4 a.m. on Tuesday, and I'm here, and I've been, going pretty hard at it since I've gotten here, like not even able to kind of stand up straight once I get done for the day, and I go take a dip in the Sea of Cortez and loosen my muscles up, and it's feeling much better. So today I'm going to take it a little bit easier. I'm happy to do so. If you're feeling that way too, go for it. And another thing personally today, I had all the electric redone here and a lot of the plumbing also, and I went out to run the washing machine to wash some clothes, and it wasn't working. Like everything seemed to be working, or it plugged in, the water's running, the electric's on. This thing was working before construction and now it's not. And I was upset about this, just like going, oh, not another thing I've got to deal with. This is so frustrating. And I'd written my general contractor a note, hey, this was working, now it's not. I've got to find somebody to fix this, and a couple other things. But I did catch myself just feeling really irritated today. And I, even at that time, I'm like, all right, nothing can dampen my light here. Let's keep this all in perspective. And so here comes in Melchizedek saying, hey, you're pretty tired and worn down. Let's take it easy today. And they said they're going to help watch over these things with me and help me keep me on track. And they appreciate my willingness to accept the recommendations. Well, yeah. Another thing I've been working on physically is my intestinal tract here, my gut biome. I have had, IBS type symptoms for many, many years, and they kind of come and go, and they've been really bad the last, I'd say, year or so. I got sick in Mexico a year and a few months ago, and I don't think that my gut biome ever really recovered from that. So I've seen a naturopath, and I'm, working on my diet, and not a lot's been able to help. I did buy some probiotics after doing some research on the kind of bacteria that I do need in my gut, and I've been taking those off and on. So the next thing that they say here is, in terms of your gut, there's a lot of strain in your intestinal tract. Recommend that you do not take the probiotics and that you allow nature now to take its course. Give this a rest as well. I'm happy to do that. I hate to take the pharmaceuticals and stuff. The probiotics seem like a good idea, and maybe it's doing some good, and now it just needs some time to assimilate. I don't know, but that's that. And then they said fresh fruits would now also be beneficial to the pH balance of your body. Fresh fruits would be good for the balancing of the pH in my body, so alkaline, right? I looked into this a little bit here a couple years ago. So I've got a big papaya in the fridge, and I've got a banana and some grapefruit. There's a few things down here that are just yummy. Mango season's kind of over, but you can still get really good mangoes right now. So that's what I'm doing. All right, so I said thank you so much for that, team. All right, so, and then they continue here. You must remember who and what you are. So easy to get distracted by all the piles and piles of action items, all the things you want to accomplish and cross off your list. So easy to get caught up in the swirl of all this busyness and lose track of the bigger picture. Yeah, I guess that's happening to me right now. These guys they remind me of Metatron. They're kind of like taskmasters. They're just like, they're intense, they're on it. Like, we're marching forward, oh man. They say, we remind you that you are a beacon of light and that your energy field, your frequency, broadcasts out to the masses. So this has been something the team has talked to me about, really, I'd say for the last 18 months or so. This has been a big theme, trying to get me to understand what it means to be a beacon. I mean, literally, there's a science behind this, the frequencies. So somehow, through ways that which we don't really understand, our energetic fields as light workers, especially, I think, are extra, the signal's extra strong. There is a broadcasting of this field. And I think, from what the GFL has said, the Galactic Federation of Light, through my previous channelings, everybody's field does this. Everybody's field does this. This is why our energy and being mindful of our frequency is always so important. So yeah, and in this role, doing this work and toward my mission, they've said to me many times, please be hyper focused on your frequency. And that's been so hard with my dad and my divorce and other, just, life in general, just, dealing with whatever's coming my way. I mean, I want to always feel into my feelings and honor them, but it's like, let's not just get derailed without being conscious of this. Like, let's be really conscious of your field, the emotions you're carrying, the thoughts you're having. Was it Melchizedek who said, let's get your thoughts in alignment? Or was it Cryon? Thoughts in alignment with your spirit, Don't just let your thoughts run rampant as though nobody can hear them, because they are important. They're energy just like anything else. All right. Love first, dear one, work second. Love first, work second is what they said to me. Remember this. You will have plenty of time to take care of everything you wish to accomplish while in Mexico, and you'll be so happy with where you leave things. There's plenty of time for swimming in the ocean, resting, taking naps, enjoying a meal. It's a good reminder. I definitely need this. Love first, work second. It was a really interesting thing to hear. And I know that's hard for people who have like the 8 to 5 jobs. It's like, how are you showing up for that work, and can that be your work? I'm so fortunate that I'm in a position where I can dedicate myself to this process, and my team has helped make this a reality for me. I'm so thankful for it. I think it would be really hard with all kinds of other commitments to make time and space for all this. But if you're in that situation, just please do the best you can, even through your work and your job. Love first, and how you carry yourself. How are you showing up to your job? And if you really hate your job and it's no longer working for you, look at getting out of that. Following that heart compass, the heart flutters, right? The excitement, that's where you want to follow that like a rabbit trail there. We'd like to say that good progress is being made for the light. This path has been very long for many people here in embodiment. Can you relate to that? We would like everybody to know that changes are happening, and real change will continue to come that will be supporting the trajectory toward light. For anybody who is worrying about being able to win and to be successful here, know that the light has already won. Now it is a matter of taking all the actions that will make it so. This has always boggled my mind. The Galactic Federation of Light and Metatron, probably the Galactic Council too, has said this to me directly. The light has already won. We're already, so in time is not linear, right? Everything's happening at once. And you've got various timelines and, and people and entities and beings like Melchizedek who are highly advanced, not in embodiment even, like they can see what the different possibilities there are based on our choices. So it's not knowing exactly what's coming, but there's probabilities. And and I had said to them, please, can you help explain this further? And they said, certainly, the plan that is currently in motion has been forecasted out to a successful outcome. However, the actions must be taken to get there. We are on the highest path forward, the most successful path forward of all possibilities. We have many others keeping a close eye on such matters. So they're just able to project out these timelines and to see what the outcomes are going to be. It's not anything that I'm an expert in whatsoever. But there you have it. There's probably good information out there. Much of what is being analyzed has to do with humanity's free will and their choices. This is another thing that Metatron's talked about. There's a lot that's out of their control because it has to do with what we choose to do here. But we are on a good trajectory, is what they're saying. We have turned a corner. We do have the amount of light necessary to move forward on this path to the fifth dimension. We have the power, we have the conviction, and we have the love. The planet has chosen to move toward ascension, and this is exactly what's happening. Every so often within this process, we meet certain gates. These gates are a type of goalpost. You work toward the next goal, and then when complete, you walk through that gate, and the gate is closed. And then you're ready to continue to walk forward again from that point forward. And they said once the gate or the threshold has been passed, it's very difficult to move backward, to slip and degenerate back toward whence you came. So we continue to climb upward together, united in purpose. These milestones are reached and another goal has been achieved. So that's good to know. It's like climbing up a ladder here. What are the next goalposts? What's the next gate that we need to pass through? And this probably will never end. All right. And they're talking again more about things cannot remain hidden in the dark. The light that this higher frequency is bringing is going to expose everything. Just like the Galactic Federation of Light talked about for us personally, the higher vibrations are shaking loose things that are hidden in our field, shadows, right? Darkness, fears. All of this has to come to the surface. And this is why this awakening process is just so darn hard. Man, I mean, you can't hide anything in any nook and cranny like, hey, the death of my mom is in my armpit here, hidden where I won't have to worry about it again and all the pain and suffering with that. Well, no, now's the time where that's going to come forward. And it has to, guys. And this is a time for celebration. It's like taking our medicine. It's good. This is good. This is a good thing that we're able to break free from whatever darkness has consumed us in sometimes super subtle ways. Like it's just so operating so far in the background, just out of our consciousness, but yet such a big impact on who we think we are, the decisions that we make, the way we view other people. And I've done hundreds and hundreds of one-on-one sessions with people, and so much of who we are today as adults has something to do with how we were treated and the decisions that we made about life as children. So 5 or 6 years old, you still carry these things with you to 50. And people are just kind of stunned to be like, I'm still working on this. I thought I got rid of that pain a long time ago. Well, maybe parts of it, these are layers. We keep peeling the layers. So we get down to the middle of this, whatever this nugget is, and there's the crux of it right now. That's what's coming forward. With the help of these frequencies, with our guides, if you're a light worker, it's time to awaken to who and what you are and what the truth is. And so you even find that you don't want to hang on to the darkness. You don't want to hang on to the shadows because you realize that that stuff's not real and it's not who and what you are. Remember, if it's painful, there's usually a good reason. And it's good to feel the pain. Like, don't shove that stuff away and just like, oh, I'm going to deal with that another day. I mean, I think now's the other day. Now's the time, if it's right for you. And as I say all that, also be really, really gentle on yourself and make sure that you're giving yourself plenty of love, plenty of forgiveness, plenty of compassion. I mean, we're like so hard on ourselves all the time. And it's just, that's an old paradigm, guys. We like wear our stress and our grief on our sleeve for everybody else to see. Like we are proud of this a lot of the times. Oh, I'm so stressed out. Oh, I'm so mad. Oh, whatever those. This is old paradigm stuff. We're ready to figure this out and see the bigger picture. Man, I'm going on all kinds of tangents here. Okay, back to this. Nothing can remain hidden in this light. All must come to the surface for its reckoning. Melchizedek loves this word. And know that there are people and forces in those moments when the darkness does come up, working to transmit that energy. Have faith in this, dear ones. The resources that are needed to properly deal with the darkness coming up to the light is in place. It does you no good to worry about issues, problems, and calamities not directly in front of you. Trust that there are people and forces on the ready to deal with what's coming up. Okay, Galactic Federation of Light talked about this with the climate change as well. It doesn't do us any good to sit here and stress out and hold a field of fear around climate change. We do what we can, right, as singularities, recycling, buying electric cars, being mindful of the electric use, of water use, of all the, any matter of different ways that we impact the climate. But it was the same idea. Know that there are people in place, forces in place to help deal with this stuff. So if you're, if something major comes to the surface, it's really awful and hard to believe. You're like, it doesn't help to just be like, oh, this is such a calamity. This is so awful what's going on here in that country or over there. They're saying, if it's not right in front of your face, right here, let's trade worry for compassion. It's just exactly like what they talked about before, like don't stop worrying about other people. It's the same basic principle applied to situations, especially the kinds of stuff that we're seeing in the news. All right, so much coordination. Thus, you are able to breathe a sigh of relief knowing this, and to free up your energy field from worry. Compassion and trust are much higher frequencies to be holding on to right now, and of course, unconditional love. So please continue to make love the everyday state for you. Love first, work second. Please give this a try. Okay, good stuff. Well, keep your comments coming, keep your questions coming. And I'm here for you guys. I'll guess wishing you all the best, of course, and make sure you're tapping into the collective field every day and setting that intention to bring the melding of consciousness beyond each dimension in the veils that are in place. So we're going to be giving that a try too. All right, team, we'll talk to you tomorrow. I love you. Mwah.